Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Not Hate Speech Show. I'm your host, John.
And I'm your host, Dylan. And today, what we're going to be discussing is the January 6th committee. Yay!
Woo-hoo.
And according to Politico, there is a massive new evidence trove.
What do they got now? What do they got?
I don't know. Probably another nothing burger. We'll see. I don't know.
Right. New evidence of another place that AOC wasn't at that she claimed she was and almost died.
Oh, God. So
There she
bad.
was on the Titanic.
Lord. Okay,
Fighting
so,
for her life.
oh, boy. All right, so
Right.
let's get into it. So this was apparently made on December 19th, and then I guess it was updated just today. The January 6th Select Committee has unloaded a vast database of its underlying evidence, emails between Trump's attorneys, text messages among horrified White House aides and outside advertisers, internal communications among security and intelligence officers or officials. God, this is a really long run-on sentence. All coming to grips with then-President Donald Trump's last-ditch effort to subvert the 2020 election and its disastrous consequences. The panel posted thousands of pages of evidence late Sunday in a public database that provide the clearest glimpse yet at all the well-coordinated effort by some Trump allies to help Trump seize a second term he didn't win.
Well, coordinated effort.
Yeah,
I didn't see one. I didn't see one. I'd like to know what plan was supposedly supposed to happen.
let's see. I mean, nothing of
What?
substance is on here yet. Like, where is the good stuff?
This is one of those articles where I start reading and I remember how dishonest the media is when they start with a narrative that's an opinion.
Yeah.
Like literally the whole point of the committee, if we're supposedly being honest about trying to find the truth here, is to figure out what happened. They're starting with a conclusion. What's the committee for if we already know? If we already know this conclusion they're starting with on this unbiased news story, why do we even have a committee since we already know?
Yeah, I
They
mean,
just start with, well, we know that there's been. No, you don't. That's why there's a committee.
yeah.
You wouldn't do that with a court case.
Of
You
course
can't.
not.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, the day of alleged insurrection, Trump was calling for peaceful protests.
Right.
He didn't.
And actually, this is so much of January 6th. Anytime I have a conversation with someone about January 6th, it is like pulling teeth because what people have imagined happened, which literally there's no evidence for many of the claims that you'll hear in the media of things happening, ever even happened. With the videos that we have of January 6th, there's people including like Brandon Straka and other people who got railroaded by the media and by politicians who wanted to have this January 6th circus show. And the only reason they did that is the midterms, the elections. They've been running this on, which, by the way, people with misdemeanor charges, non-violent misdemeanor charges, were rotting in jail. No expedited trial like they're supposed to have by law. No bail. No. Who knows how long they can be in there?
Yeah.
Let's do a January 6th circus trial for 20 years because we want to have this political BS.
Yep.
I mean, where to even kind of start on it because there's so much going on. But if you want to read a little bit more, I don't want to just rant for 10 minutes.
No, yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, Trump's not my favorite person, but like a lot of the lies that were smeared about him just simply aren't true. Like, if you do the research, like, you'll find a lot of conflicting information compared to what mainstream media has put out there as like the official end all be all, like that's what happened when that, like, no, that's really not.
Well, so let's start here. Let's start with like the actual charges that have been going on with the January 6th trial. First off, in terms of there being a widespread insurrection, there has not been anything to prove that. Apparently they're saying, oh, now here's the proof. I'm not seeing what it is, but to date, to my knowledge of anything I've read regarding the committee, there has been no proof of insurrection. The FBI, with their latest statement that I've seen, has said that there was no insurrection. Yeah. So all they have at the moment, according to the actual court documents, is people that have on misdemeanor charges, for the most part, almost all misdemeanor charges. Very few people that actually attended. Almost everyone is at January 6th was peaceful, committed no crimes. The major crime that most people have on their court cases is trespassing. Yeah, which is interesting because the pink pussy hat protests did the same thing and got no charges. They trespassed. They weren't supposed to be in there. They broke into people's offices, and no one arrested them. No one hunted them down. We didn't get intelligence agencies hunting these people down. They trespassed. You know, people are talking about how it's some major insurrection. People literally, the January 6th group as a whole was unarmed. It's insane to consider that an insurrection, considering that also right-wing people are like the biggest gun owners. You're telling me that this was some giant insurrection and they all came unarmed? What?
Doesn't make sense.
What was the plan? There's no plan. Like, I mean, they make it out like these people are bloodthirsty and crazed animals. Nothing supports that. Absolutely nothing supports that.
Really silly.
Here's the worst part. Is based on what is being said right now in court with like the different arguments from what I've seen from the online articles, is that the only people with these charges that they're trying to make out to be the insurrection is that at one point, because of the large crowd, the police had been pushing people back in such a way that people were getting trampled. This is what's being debated in court right now. I don't know the truth either way, but what's being debated is that when the police push back, people had to push back to stop the people from being trampled. Those are the people that are getting charges saying that they assaulted officers. So whether or not either side is true, but the fact that we're getting news articles like this, and Brendan Straka, thankfully, from what I've seen, is going to be making sure that people are going to be in trouble, you know, legally for spreading this kind of nonsense, because it's irresponsible.
Yeah, well, you know, let's look at the latest evidence that they have allegedly. So it says the committee's evidence includes a text exchange from January 22nd, 2021, between Trump advisor Katrina Pearson and his longtime social media guru Dan Scavino. I'm pretty sure Katrina is a female, not him. In which Scavino makes clear no one told Trump to author the tweet. Scavino rejected the notion that advocates involved in Stop the Steal efforts had anything to do with Trump's decision to issue the tweet. And what appears to be a nod to its authorship, Scavino wrote, he does do his own tweets.
What?
Why is that even
relevant?
There it is.
Oh, well, there it is. There's the insurrection. We found it.
Yep.
Well, shut, open and shut case. One thing also to mention, is I just remembered it, is the Pink Pussy protests. There were literally people that made public threats, like Madonna, I believe, talked about blowing up the White House.
Thank you, Amy. I'm just gonna head on over here. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
I mean, it's pretty provoking, because it's like there were no charges, there was no one, everyone actually celebrated the Pink Pussy Hat protests in the media, and we have people that actually made threats.
All right, well, we'll have to touch on that one another time, because I don't know if we have enough time to get into that one. I mean,
no, that's fine.
So, I mean, probably just get into closing statements with this.
Anyone can look it up. It's public knowledge.
Yeah. So, I mean, that seems to be like the only thing that they have, the new evidence and call logs, and it's not really impressive with anyone that has any sort of critical thinking skills.
You know what's that? I see in highlights, a dangerous idea. What?
Yeah, I don't know. Jan 6 is a dangerous idea, Lee said in message exchange with Mitchell that provided to the select committee, not just for the Republic itself, but also for the president. So, I mean, like, it's just like a bunch of other people that really, like, I don't know why we're trying to blame Trump for all of this. Like,
I mean, I'm still not even seeing what exactly supposedly happened. We're talking about some tweets. We're talking about, like, none of this is an insurrection. Okay, yeah. a deep underlaid plan. Like, who, what are we talking about? I don't even know what they're trying to say anymore, because, you know, everyone was talking about the protesters as being violent. That was not a thing. And then now we're just going into tweets and like nonsense. Like, this is silly.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything.
Yeah, and as I said, the major charge being trespassing. All the videos I've ever seen of January 6th, they're being welcomed in by police. The people that are inside are saying to respect the police and respect the area and don't break any laws. Not seeing it. I'm not seeing. I'd love to see them finally come up with evidence after what it's now been a year,
Yeah,
2 years.
it's about a year, almost a year anniversary.
Year of Biden.
Yeah. Well, all right, cool. Well, I mean, I guess that's all the time we have for that. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button so it shows YouTube that you guys like seeing our content. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And again, thank you. I'm your host, Dylan.
I'm your host, John. Bye.
See ya.